All right, let's go back to our story then in discussion of Diepsloot, where, of course, 7 people were indeed murdered in what is believed to be due to a vigilante attack. And we want to discuss this further with Loyiso Toyiya, who's a Diepsloot community leader. Very good evening to you, sir. Thank you very much for your patience as we crossed over to New York there. Thanks for being with us.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
All right, let's first talk about it. I mean, in no way are we trying to justify vigilante attacks, but perhaps let's talk about the main issues, the root of the problem in Diepsloot that sort of drive the community to feel as though they have to take the law into their own hands. I mean, you're on the ground as a leader in the area. Let's talk about the main issues there in that area.
Indeed, we keep on emphasizing this issue that we've been saying, that if our leaders would have listened to us at that time when we say they must come down and engage with us so that we can have a permanent solution regarding this issue of crime in Diepsloot. None of these things that have been happening during the past weekend could have happened. All this that happened in the previous weekend could have been prevented. Indeed, each and every day, day in, day out, people are being murdered in Diepsloot, in the hands by criminals who are terrorizing our community, who are killing our people, are robbing our people. We made several calls. We even made marches to police station, to the Provincial Commissioner of Police. We even went further to the Office of the President to say, can you intervene in this situation that we are facing in Diepsloot so that we can be able to live as normal human beings like any other people in South Africa.
Yeah. We heard not so long ago, in fact, from the police that, there would be stronger police presence in Diepsloot, and in fact, it would be linked to some sort of mobile police units and a police station. Has that not happened, or has that not helped? I mean, we're also sometimes hearing that police themselves are afraid to patrol in some areas within Diepsloot. What exactly is the situation? Because we had heard that something was being done about these problems that you speak of in Diepsloot.
None of these things that they promised us were done. The problem that we have, and we always raise this to say, we don't have leaders that has the political will to deal with issues that are affecting our people, more especially when it comes to the issue of crime. When we marched earlier this year to Union Building, including to the office of the office of the Provincial Commissioner, Mr. Mawela, we raised several issues to say we don't want these temporal measures that will always come and implement. When there's a problem in Diepsloot, they will bring TRT for a week or for a month. After the situation has come down, they will withdraw that service. So we said, we want the permanent solution. We want this DRT to be deployed permanently in Diepsloot. So none of these promises, all of them that they've promised to the people of Diepsloot have been fulfilled. Hence, we are still in the same situation whereby our people are being killed day in, day out, because they fail to honor their promises.
How do these, and I'll say alleged vigilante attacks sort of happen? Maybe you can paint a picture for us at what point the community gets there, because obviously there would be that initial community frustration about the crime in the area. In fact, I heard one lady in the clip that we played there saying that, it's also an issue of that some people can't even be traced, and even if they were to get arrested, they're put back into the streets. So it's obviously an issue of frustration from the community. So take us through that process where it goes from frustration by the community members to where, 7 people have allegedly been killed due to vigilante attacks. How does that process take place?
The problem that our people have been complaining about is that when you call the police, it's either they come after 4 or 5 hours. Or they don't come at all. When you report a crime, and someone got arrested, in a couple of hours or days, they are out. And when you report a well-known criminal that is terrorizing the community, that person get arrested, in 3-4 days, they are out. So that what has frustrated the people, and they ended up taking the law into their own hands. Of course, we condemn that.
Yeah.
We've always said to our people, that is not the way to go. We must not become criminals ourselves. The problem with this mob justice and the arrests that are by the police, some of the people that might be alleged to be part of this, you'll find out as we are assisting not the situation to continue to happen to a point whereby people are killed. Even ourselves, when we receive call to say, hey, it's hard, Extension 12, they have apprehended criminals, they are beating them, they are banning them. We don't even want to go close there because we know the tendency of the police. They will target leaders and end up arresting us, even though we're trying to assist. Usually when this kind of incident will happen, we'll go there and diffuse the situation and apprehend the alleged criminal and hand them over to the police. But now we have seen that instead of police fighting crime and criminals, they're fighting us as leaders.
Yeah. Hence,
in some other instances, we distance ourselves from this incident because you'll find yourself in trouble.
Yeah. And okay, so what are we asking for now? I mean, you've mentioned the fact that you have marched, you have made demands. What now? What is the next step? You know, if you are to speak to government and if you were to be heard, what exactly would you want to be done as an initial start, you know, to sort of deal with the problems in Diepsloot? Where do we start?
The main thing that they should do, because of course it is a responsibility and the role of the police department to deal with crime, we have requested to them, in the meantime, while we are waiting to engage with these 4 ministries that we have requested, the police department should deploy the TRT permanently in Diepsloot. And this TRT must not only walk on the main road, they should enter in this extension where the crime is happening, your extension 12, 13, number 1, and number 6. That is the main thing that should happen currently, so that to avoid all these killings that are currently happening. In the long term, we have said to them, we are seeking a permanent solution. We want Human Settlement Department, Home Affairs, Justice, and the police to come and engage with us so that we can have a permanent solution, because we believe that the situation of Diepsloot is not only related to policing issue, it has to do with how the place is. It is not a formal area. And also the issue of illegal foreigners that are in our township, and also the issue of justice, whereby a well-known criminal that is known to be terrorizing the community will be arrested today. 3-4 days, they are out on bail. When you ask the police, this person was arrested yesterday, after 3 days, they are out. So we want to engage so that we can have a permanent solution to say, this is how we think these departments can complement one another, unlike working against one another. So that's what we think in the long run, in the long term should happen. But in the meantime, we need a visibility of police in Diepsloot.
All right, Loyiso, many thanks to you, sir, for speaking to us. Loyiso Toyiya, who's a Diepsloot community leader there, speaking to us, of course, on the back of some criminal activities and what is believed to be vigilante attacks in Diepsloot.